What's up, Webster City High School, and welcome back to another show of Wctv. I'm Zach Michelson.
And I'm Emma Stroner. This isn't just any ordinary show. We are honoring those who have given their all.
It's dedicated to everybody who is serving or who has served in the U.S. Armed Forces, whether it's the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, or the Coast Guard.
We have a wonderful show in store today.
But first, we'll be back after this. You know, I've been thinking a lot about my future lately.
That's a broad statement, Zach. How far into the future?
Like, what do I want to do after high school?
What do you want to do after high school?
You know, I'm not really sure. As you know, I've got a lot of interests.
Don't you want to go to college?
Yeah, but that's really expensive. How can I afford to pay for that?
Maybe you could go into the military. They help pay for college, or so I've heard. Sarah has more information, so let's go to her.
Hello, WCHS. It's Sarah. Have you ever wondered what you've been wanting to do after school? Have you ever been interested about going into the military? Well, if you are, then here's some information for you.
Going into the military doesn't take any training at all. You would sit down with a recruiter. They determine if you're qualified or not. And once you join, then we'll go into the training. You have two forms of training. You have your first initial basic combat training, then you have your advanced individual training.
I joined the Marines right out of high school. I knew it was something that I wanted to do, and at the time I had goals of going into law enforcement or possibly becoming a lawyer, and I knew that that was a way that they could help me pay for college and a good resume builder, so it's something that I just wanted to do to jumpstart my career. I didn't really want to make a career out of it, but it's something I wanted to experience, and so it was a good experience.
I believe that someone in high school looking to join the National Guard or the military in general, they're going to be looking for things like money for college, because the Iowa National Guard pays up to 100% of state tuition assistance. We also give up to $725 every month to you personally for going to school.
Well, I'd be happy to talk to any student who's interested in joining the military and talk about my experience, but there's a lot of good recruiters out there that have good information too. So I would involve a parent if I was less than 18 years of age and kind of go from there.
Wow, with some really good information to know about joining the military. This has been Sarah, reporting for WCTV.
I'm definitely going to consider going into the military now.
Going into the military requires a lot of strength, persistence, and hard work.
I've got plenty of that.
Well, it's just, I've seen you carry a tripod around before, and...
You're saying I'm not strong enough? I can do at least a third of a push-up in 40 seconds.
I bet there's a lot of people in the school that can do more than you. So let's go to May Wellen with this week's 40 Seconds to Win It segment. Do you know what the opposite of joining the military is?
No, what?
Leaving the military. That's who veterans are. People who retired from the military.
Oh, like my uncle who served in Iraq on Desert Storm.
My grandpa is also a veteran who was in the Air Force for many years when he was younger.
We are very thankful for everyone who has served, including our relatives.
Tucker has a feature on Veterans Day, which is all about retired armed force members, so let's just like some of our family members.
What's up, WCHS? I'm Tucker Judkins, and if you didn't know already, Veterans Day was this past Sunday on November 11th. I caught up with some faces around the community to see what the holiday means to them and how we can honor those who have bravely served our country. But first, here's Mrs. Garvey with a little history on the holiday.
First of all, on November 11th at 11 o'clock in the morning, the war ended, World War I ended, and so on November 11th, 1919, it became Armistice Day exactly 1 year later.
My rank in the military was a chief gunner's mate. I was in the U.S. Navy from 1979 to 1996.
I was in the Marine Corps and I was a corporal.
My rank was E4. I was CS 3, which is a culinary specialist in the United States Navy.
I just think it's important to remember all the people that have given that sacrifice and obviously the ones as well that have given the ultimate sacrifice, and be grateful for that, I guess.
Veterans Day means to me it's a day that we set aside to honor our veterans and to remember what they did to make all the freedoms that we have in the United States today.
A big thank you to all the veterans here at school and in the community who have served in our country's military. Make sure to find a way to show your respect sometime this week, because it's an important time to recognize the brave men and women who have put their lives on the line to keep us safe. This has been Tucker Judkins reporting for Wctv.
Even though Veterans Day happens only once per year, events are happening all the time.
A college representative from the James in Mason City will be here at 2:15 p.m. on November 27th. For more information, stop in the counselor's office.
I'll have to stop down there sometime to meet with him and learn more about college. Just as a reminder, the peer PE applications are due November 22nd.
Today, Friday, the 16th, during advisory, there is a Spanish club meeting in the auditorium.
Have you heard any news on the school play that just finished?
Yes, the school play, A Voice in the Dark, A Salem Story, was a hit. A big thank you to the actors and the backstage crew, and another big thank you to the directors, Mrs. Notley, Mrs. Seliger, and Mr. Schoberg.
A special shout out goes to all the dedication of the seniors. That includes MJ Atchison, Tucker Judkins, Isabel Hooker, Alex Hooker, Kylie Lance, Payne Pingle, Daniel Blankenship, and Ben Westberg.
We would like to thank the local businesses that helped sponsor the play. Webster City Community Theater, KQWC, and the Daily Freeman Journal. Recognized for their dedication is the Atchison family, Jeff Pagel, and the WCHS custodial crew.
What else is happening here at WCHS, Emma?
Next Monday, there will be a school spirit shop opening.
A school spirit shop? What could that be?
The shop, or Dub City, is going to be open to students and staff before school and closes at 8:15 in the mornings starting November 19th. If you don't want to buy at the shop or don't have the opportunity to, they also offer online ordering.
One of our clubs here at WCHS, Shift Happens, is looking for more members. For more details, you can go ask Tiffany Larson. Shift Happens is a club that encourages students to get out there in the world and make a change. It sounds like a lot of fun. Aren't you part of that club, Emma?
Yes, I am, Zach, and I really enjoy it. It is a lot of fun.
Speaking of fun, did you do anything to celebrate Veterans Day?
Yes, I did. I spent time with my grandpa. Did you celebrate too?
Yeah, I celebrated with my family last weekend.
I see. What did you guys celebrate?
Well, we did some outdoor activities, but we didn't check the weather though, so it ended up being pretty chilly.
The first thing you should do before planning anything is checking the weather. That way you can dress appropriately for the temperature.
Let's check the weather with Xavier.
Thanks, Zach. This weekend is going to be a cold one. Friday is going to be a mostly cloudy day with northwest winds of 16 to 13 miles per hour. There will also be a high of 40 degrees and a low of 22 degrees, so make sure to bundle up and stay warm. Saturday will be another mostly cloudy day with blustery winds from the north 11 to 17 miles per hour. The temperature will be only reach 33 degrees and its highest and hit a low of 13 degrees. It's a perfect day to get cozy by the fire. There will also be a change of pace on Sunday. It will be a sunny day, but it will still remain cold. The high will only be a freezing of 30 degrees and a low of 18 degrees. The northwest winds of 7 to 4 miles per hour.
Thank you, Xavier.
I will be your weatherman for next week's show, and Emma will be returning as anchor, along with Xavier behind the desk, for a very special show.
What's that special show? The Thanksgiving show.
I'm sure excited. I love Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble.
Me too. This has been Emma Stroner
And Zach Michelson, signing off from WCTV.
See you next time.